mighty morning, beautiful ones. The Three Musketeers are back together again, live.
I know.
Welcome in to Communications and Connections with my guest, Don Rumer-Rivera. I can't even speak today. Don Rumer-Rivera and Susan Grayson. And they're here to talk about their new happenings, their workshops, their platform mediumships, and their new website. Now, I know a lot of you know a lot about these people, but let's start with, well, I don't want to start with Don because he's
that was
one. Yeah. Women's first. Women first. So tell us a little about yourself for those who don't know you, Susan.
Oh, those that don't know me, oh boy. Okay, so I am a psychic medium. I've been doing this for most of my life and I love it. I have a passion for it. And I met Julie and Dawn and we just make a great team. You know, they both are full of ideas and they're both able to do the techie stuff, which I can't do. So we have a lot of fun together. You know, we laugh a lot. We don't cry, but we laugh. And so we've been on this ride. You know, we've done the psychic fairs. We've done readings together. We have Monday night we have mediumship practice. Tuesday night we have psychic squad. I mean, we are busy, and you know, we just enjoy it. We love it. You know, we want you all to participate and have fun with us.
And since we're still on you, Susan, I want to put up this flyer, and I don't mean to put it on top of your head there.
Having my face. That's all right.
There you go. Okay. So
I teach mediumship on Thursday night.
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. But anyway, okay, Thursday night. Thank you. I'll have to pull that one up.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. So this Thursday I teach mediumship class once a month at the Rising Phoenix Spiritualist Church at 1522 West Encanto here in Phoenix. And it's $20 and it's for 2 hours. And I really make you work hard at it and I make you enjoy it too. You know, we have a lot but that's Thursday night. And then
we'll do the rest later. But yeah, hold on. I'm trying to find yours. The full day. Actually, what you sent me is
okay.
I didn't get the Thursday one up here. On my email, I didn't get the Thursday one. So we'll have to add that later once I get that moved over. Okay. So that. Oh, and we already have people chiming in. And Kelly says hi. Shelly Dearheart is on my personal page. And she says hello.
Oh, I haven't seen her in a while since we've been going to do the Phoenix Psychic Fair. I don't see half these people.
Yeah, we have Great Quartz in. We have Miss Angie is in.
Oh, hi, Angie.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, interrupting your.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
There. So, but I'll find the Thursday night flyer and put that up. So next, Mr. Don, could you introduce yourself to those who do not know you?
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Don Rumer-Rivera, and master of all things, and I know, what is it? Something of all things and master of none, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I like to dabble. I like to do a lot of things, so I kind of get around. But the one thing that we have in common here is our metaphysical practice. And so all three of us are very connected in that way and also very business oriented too. So we've actually taken, because the business aspect comes in the fact that we build community. We want community. And so we realized as we started building our community, it takes structure around it. And so we actually come together as a business to build a community and to give support. And so we've created an international community, not just a national, not just a local, an international community online via Zoom and whatever. And we offer like training and exercises and community via Zoom classes, and also locally we do events and things like that to help grow and to explore and develop people who want to do this and maybe feel that they are the genesis was the concept of people who were in their own communities, who might be the only one in their own community that do this. People who are in a small town maybe, and they don't know anybody else. Well, we reach into that small town through Zoom, and we can connect on a Tuesday night or a Monday night and practice mediumship and practice psychic skills, and more importantly, to realize you're not alone. That there are other people, and more. And when you say something that to other people would be crazy in their minds, or it's like that's kind of weird, and for us it's like no judgment, because we've heard worse, we've heard stranger, and we've lived stranger, because we're like we've experienced it, so it's not strange to us. That's kind of how this glue happened, because it came from the fundamental basis of this is something that once you understand mediumship, once you understand the metaphysical, then the community comes around you, and so we need to embrace more people, because again, small town folks, and even people who are maybe homebound. Remember, there are people who can't get out of the house anymore. There are people who may have a phobia to leaving the house, but yet that doesn't mean they're not still full functioning people. These are people who also want to be part of things, and so we bring that to them, and in so doing, for our desire to grow that, we grew a business structure around it, and that's what we continue to do to this day. And so that's it. That's not much about me, I guess. The more thing about me is I love working with these folks, and the folks that are to my screen right, and they help to keep me grounded, and they help to remind me you can only do so much, so stop.
You have so many hats
here.
But he has so many hats. Oh.
One of the real reasons we got into this was because, like mediumship, even all this psychic stuff, it's to help other people. It's to help them heal. Because everybody has lost a loved one. And so it's important for them to realize that their loved one is around them. And that's what we help them understand.
And that's the whole concept of mediumship. If I could jump right into that, Julie, then, if you don't mind, is that mediumship is evidential mediumship. And folks, there are many different ways in which people do mediumship, and I'm not going to disparage anybody in the way they do it. But the one thing that Susan and Julie and myself and a bunch of other folks that we are connected to in a community, the one thing that we stress is that when you an ethical medium read, okay, an ethical medium read. And again, I'm not disparaging anybody else, but I'm telling you how, if you are looking to go to a medium, if they're ethical, they're going to give you the focus should be you receive a message from a loved one on the other side, and that's the key. That's the key. Is the message is the ultimate return, right? And that message comes from a party on the other side. So there's three people in the mediumship. It's the person receiving the message, the person on the other side sending the message, and me, or the medium in this situation. But that medium should, before they give that message, they need to give confirmation and assurance to the person that they indeed are connected to that person. And that's what we call evidential mediumship, because it's evidence. Give evidence of, there's a person here, and I'll give you a brief example to help you explain it, because the evidence is saying evidence that I have indeed the person whom I am saying, and I can tell you because they're going to give me data that I could not know otherwise, because I don't know anybody, so I don't know them already. And so that evidential component, and I'll give you an example, is I have here someone, an energy, and they're telling me that they are your grandmother. Do you have a grandmother on the other side? And then you would say yes. And would it be that she is your mother's mother? Yes, she's on the other side. Would she be about 5'4" when she was alive? And would she be a little portly? Yes. Okay. And she's showing me that she wore a helmet hair, the old helmet hair, and it was a joke about it. The family joked about her helmet hair, and the helmet hair is important because she told me helmet hair. And you would say, yes, I remember, because we used to joke about helmet hair. We used that phrase, helmet hair. And you say, okay, and she shows me this locket that she wore that she gave to your mother when she passed, before she passed. And does your mother? Yes. And you have that locket now? Yes. That's evidence. That's stuff you cannot guess. Okay. Did she die from breast cancer? Because she's showing me breast cancer. All these things that could help you understand truly that I am not just talking out my butt, that I am connected to somebody, because the information is very specific. That's what you call evidential mediumship. And so by the time I give my evidence, you are certain that, oh yeah, you must be talking to them, because nobody would know this. And then when you receive the message that was solely meant for you in that moment, you have confidence that it truly was a message from them and it truly was meant for you. And that's evidential mediumship in a nutshell. And that's what we really push. Other people do various types of mediumship. And again, I don't disparage theirs, but I want, when you leave from me and Susan and Julie and a bunch of us who do it, when you leave us, you know for certain that you talked to and connected for a little bit with somebody, because we gave you so much evidence to prove that we could not have talked to anyone else, because of the way in which we describe the person and the things that connect to them. So again, and mediumship itself is that proof that there is life beyond physical death. That's the key. So it's life after physical death is the key. Mediumship is a message received, and evidence should always be given first to make sure that you are comfortable knowing that you are indeed getting that message from the person whom it is, who is, we are saying is connected to us. And if you're with a medium and they fail in that regard, then try to find an ethical, evidential medium.
Yes.
Sorry.
I wanted to mention that great quotes. I love it. That is amazing. Sometimes messages don't make sense, but it's not the people to think, just for the universe to help you.
Well, and that's a good point, Great Quartz. And what happens sometimes is the message doesn't make sense, and a week later, we get the message from somebody saying, "Oh, now I understand it," because, and I will give you an example. I did a reading just the other day, and I kept seeing this person has a full head of hair, and I kept saying, I'm seeing the full head of hair, and then I'm seeing a bald. So what's the bald? Is it like did he later on lose his hair? She's like, no, he had a full head of hair. And I'm like, okay, because he's showing me bald. And she's like, no, he always had a full head of hair until he died. And a few.
Uh-oh.
We interrupt these, for an emergency.
From spirit.
Exactly. Says hello.
Yes. But anyway, so what happened is the person texted me and said, I forgot. And now it makes sense why the bald, because my husband had a full head of hair, and that's who I was picking up. And I gave very specific evidence. She said, and everything fit, even everything was, but she said, that's the one thing that didn't work. And she kept, says, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. She came back and she said, yeah, 2 weeks before he died, they had to shave his head for brain surgery, and he died 2 weeks later. So he was bald, and that was part of that was the evidence, is that I saw the method in which he was passing, and how but for her moment was what his life was like, and so she didn't think about that. And after, she's like, they shaved his head because they had to do the brain surgery. And he was without hair at the end, and it was like, so again, sometimes, Great Court, you're right. The message doesn't make sense initially, because we are in the moment. And also, if I could add one more thing, Great Courts, is that there are some times where we are giving you a message from someone who's coming in, and you can't figure them out, because the person we're reading for, they are wanting so much for a specific sitter to come in. I mean, a specific energy to come in, and they're hoping, and they can't think about the people in their environment. And then down the road, they'll come back and say, oh my God, I know who that was. And she said, and after I told you, no, I don't know. And now I know. And it's like, I know that person. And yes, it was this. And yes, it was this. And yes, it was this. And what happens is a good evidential medium, if they have a strong hit and they can give you evidence that is so crystal clear, Often they won't push it at one point. They'll say, okay, we're going to leave this for now. But what I'll do is I'll give you the message. So if later on this hits and you get, therefore you still get the message. And if it doesn't, then it wasn't meant for you, and then move on. And Susan will tell you, and I can tell you over and over again, often you will get a message. You will get the message a week or two later, and they're like, I knew who it was. And it's like, and I will give you an example too about that. I kept saying Rose, 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 Rose. It's Rose. It's Rose. I don't know anybody named Rose. I'm like, he's telling me a Rose. He's telling me Rose. And it was, I'm like, this is and about a week later, oh, my granddaughter's middle name is Rose. But because her mind wasn't on that, and I was talking about the third child, and she's like, I don't have 3 children, I have 2, but I'm raising my granddaughter who's living in my house. They're like my child, like my daughter, because I'm raising her, and her middle name was Rose. But she wasn't thinking about that because she was so focused on something else, And so this is how it works with you, and this is how it works with other people. And there's no dispersion. It's just that because when we come in, we want so much maybe for one specific person, but if another energy feels that they need to be in there stronger, they're going to come in. And so you may want your mother to come in, but your aunt may come in because she had more to tell you. She had something so much more she wanted to say.
So that's why we've developed this website. So you will have a better understanding what mediumship is and how there's all this help on the other side to help you heal through your grieving and your sadness of losing people. And, that's why we have this website, and you're going to love it because we're doing all these neat things. Tell them, Dawn.
That's the website right there.
and there, the QR code is there. And is it true that if you subscribe to the website using the QR code right now, that you'll be sent a ebook?
Well, you go into the
pages, 68 pages of knowledge that will help you, and we're giving it to you free. No
absolutely free. Free 99, as my friend Angie would say, free 99. So it costs you nothing. Yeah, when you go to the website, if you go down to the submissions and you submit to join the submission list, and all that is just staying in touch. And so that all that does is it just stays in touch, and we will send you updates about things that are going on, also information about mediumship and those kind of things, and so that you stay involved. But anyway, so we're not going to bombard you. You're not going to be hit with an email a day. We are not those kind of people. Believe me, life is too busy for us to do that. But again, if you do subscribe, we will send you an ebook via the email, and it will be, and it's just a comprehensive book on mediumship. And again, the price, free 99.
And eventually you might have some workshops online and different things down the road. You've got a lot of things planned. And
they're going to be. Right now, though, Susan can explain some of what is happening local for folks that Susan and I are doing.
Yeah, so everything is updated on the website. We try to keep it, updated. But like, for instance, this Thursday I have a mediumship class, and it's wonderful. It's at the church, and we have a great time, and you learn and you grow and you practice. And then on the 16th of this month,
go ahead.
So that's our class. And that's the first Thursday of every single month. And then we have our mediumship workshop, where we're going to just cram your little head with all kinds of knowledge and all kinds of stuff about mediumship so that you can communicate with loved ones or anybody on the other side. And this is going to be at the 16th, on the 16th, which is Saturday, and it's a full day from 9 to 5, and you will receive one of our books, the mediums that we work together to make, and you will learn everything about mediumship so that you, with practice, can learn how to do this too.
Okay, before you go on, the mediumship book is very special because it comes into 2 languages, not one, but 2 languages. So will there be Spanish books available for those who want Spanish books?
Yes, correct. It's either in Spanish or it's in English. And it's a step by step, how to do everything. And you'll love it. You'll love it. And there's so many beautiful pictures in there that Dawn took. Just gorgeous, gorgeous pictures throughout the book. And it's incredible. So this is going to be at the Rising Phoenix Spiritualist Church at 1522 West Encanto in Phoenix. And it's from 7 to 9, 9 to 5 all day. And we'll give you a notebook and a pen, and we'll give you the book, and we will give you presentations so it's easy to understand, and you get to practice, and you get to amaze yourself. And all those people on the other side that are just waiting to hear from you and waiting to communicate, they'll be there. And it's really
and I'm working on getting a Spanish version of the ebook. The ebook is new. The ebook, by the way, you guys here, you are the first people beyond this little circle of Julie and Susan and I. You are the very first people to see and experience the ebook. So you are getting it hot off the press because we just finished it. And so if you subscribe to our email list, you will be the first to receive that ebook. And again, if you have the ebook and you would like a Spanish language version, let me know, because I am working on it and I'll have it. And as soon as I have it, I'll send you a copy. And of course, I'll have something on the page where you can click either Spanish or English. But
and
again,
beautiful pictures too. Beautiful pictures.
Mm-hmm.
We've already had people access the QR code, so thank you for that. The more the merrier, so please keep it going. I'm going to hide that again so that I can put up another poster. Yep, we got another one. So what's after the 16th? That would be
on the 17th. We're going to be at Your Cosmic Connections, and that's located in Peoria. And we're going to be giving messages so that you come and you will receive a message from your loved one. We'll try to get to everybody. Depends on how many people come, and it's only for 2 hours. But that is from 1 to 3, and that's on Sunday. That's on Sunday the 17th. So Cosmic Connections is located on Peoria, in Peoria.
Peoria Avenue, actually. Peoria Avenue. Yep.
Peoria.
Right off
9740.
Yep.
9740 West Peoria Avenue. And I think it's Suite 8. But I want to point out, I love this picture. I love the fact that you guys are going to be doing platform mediumship in an auditorium soon, hopefully. But Cosmic Connection is a metaphysical store. So please don't expect a huge auditorium.
It's not as big as the picture shows, but
and she has she has some diverse stuff, which is wonderful. So when you visit her shop, she has a lot of diverse stuff going on, but she has a ton of activities happening. So check out the calendar, go to her website. And she's the sweetest woman, by the way. You will adore her and you will love her mission, because her mission aligns with us. It's community. She's a community builder, and that's her thing. So visit her website. It's Cosmic Connection. And because without the S, I made the mistake one time of doing the S. It was like, oops,
don't forget the your.
Yeah. So, Your Cosmic Connection, you go to Your Cosmic Connection online and then look at her calendar of events. that place is happening. There are so many things. And it's throughout the metaphysical. So if you say you like Reiki, say you like tarot, say you like spirit angels, do you name it? They have stuff for all of it. And it's so enlightening. And I also like the fact the last time I was there, they were doing some raising, I thought it was like a food donation thing for St. Mary's Food Bank, and I thought that's the mission is helping beyond your own circle too, reminding, because people are hurting these days, and not just emotionally. There are other things too, and so believe it or not, her community is helping those people too.
And her name is Rumer-Rivera.
Yeah.
And just go in there and say, "Hi, Lorraine. We heard such great things about you. We want to check out your store." And she's just very gracious. You'll
Ask
enjoy
her
it.
to show you her logo too, because I know somebody who created the logo, and it's such fun.
Show them the T-shirt you made. You made her have it on your screen.
Julie, I don't know if Julie has it or not.
What?
The
The
T-shirt.
logo for the T-shirt I made for Lorraine.
No, I don't think I have that.
It's like
Yeah.
a flower child, you know.
Yeah,
Wow, I like that.
it was quite fun. Yeah,
And I was looking to get their logo from the website, but it comes up as a web page. I need it as an all file. So
Right.
if you have their did you send it to me yet?
I don't think so, but I think I can share from this angle if you let me. I'll look and see real quick if I can find it.
Yeah, if you want
Anyway,
to.
we have all these activities to help you grow and help you connect to your loved ones on the other side. And just, you'll be amazed at how special you guys are. Everybody's special, and everybody deserves to grow and really embrace life the best way they can. And, you know, Dawn's written a lot of books. I've written another book. And, you know, we're here to help you. We're here to help everybody. We're doing our part in the community to help you grow, help you evolve. Because this is changing times right now. And everybody needs to believe that there's so much more than what they are. So that's a picture of our books.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, of the co-authored books where you both did it.
right.
Let's see. Trying to see all my pictures and everything I have, what I have.
And Julie mentioned co-authored because Susan wrote an amazing book, then published it by herself about. It's called Your Psychic Gifts. And did I get the right? I got the right title, right?
Love your spiritual
Love Your
gifts.
Spiritual Gifts. Sorry, yes. And so she goes into explaining all the different ways the metaphysical community that you could participate in the metaphysical community. And so, Susan, you should give a little bit of a preview of the different ways in which people do different things in the community.
Okay. So basically, this book was written, you know, I had 40 years at the time of teaching classes, all the metaphysical classes, whether it be tarot, some mediumship, you know, scrying.
She started teaching when she was 5, folks, so don't do the numbers.
Yeah.
She started teaching when she was 5.
Exactly. So, and then what I did was I always kept on my notes and everything from all my classes, and there was quite a few classes. And so I thought I really want to write a book, and so everybody can experience some of these different modalities. And so if you want to learn about candle magic or anything, you can try it and see if that's for you, or if you want to do scrying in the black mirror or in a candle or anything. You know, you can learn all these different things that are fun. You know, oracle cards, tarot cards. There's just so many things to explore, and to, you know, you can go to the Ouija board, but make sure you protect yourself. You say a little prayer first. So there's all kinds of things you can do because you're inviting spirit in to help you and to do a good thing, and you're doing this with love and light. And so I wrote the book. So I threw in some little personal stories about my growth and how this came about, and the different people that helped me along the way. And, you know, I just really enjoyed doing the book, and I think everybody has a story to tell. So do it. And Don has a lot of stories to tell. He's got books, a lot of books.
Lots of books. And before you pass by your book, we've talked about this before amongst us. She talks about dressing candles.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
take can't. Yeah.
But her chapter on candles, their colors and everything, makes a whole lot of sense. You didn't add the white candle and the
White candles are good anytime, anywhere, but there's certain moon phases that make the magic a little more effective. You know, like on a full moon, you can use any kind of a candle. You can use any kind of spell, positive. If you need to, you know, leave behind if you have to go to court or something and you just went to court and it's finalized and everything, you want to just forget about it, light a candle. So you want to bring in things like money, a new relationship, light a candle. So there's certain times of the month that are more effective in either bringing things in or removing things from your life. But on the full moon, just that one day, that full moon, you can use that for any kind of magic. So we are magicians. We have that within us to create things and make things happen and manifest things, just like Don wrote in his book. You have that ability to create the life you want. And you can talk about your book, Don, how you created, how we all create, manifest, and
Well, thank you, madam. Thank you.
I'm sorry. We had this discussion last night.
Between the three of us, we share things. We share everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just, and which book are you going to share with us, Dawn?
Oh my goodness.
Talking
I'm
about
sorry.
book, obviously your first
Well, okay, that one I have a QR code for. Okay.
book. But that's the whole thing with all our classes and everything we do. We try to empower you. We try to help you realize that you are a beautiful God being, powerful, and you can create your life at any time. What you want to bring in, you can bring it in. You just have to believe in yourself and love yourself.
You must, absolutely. And that's what the ultimate power within is all about, is it is a delve into a new way of viewing and understanding and using affirmations. Because the old way of affirmations were, I am great, I am wonderful, whatever, and that didn't work. That doesn't set well with me, because as I have a scientific background in engineering before I became an attorney, and so I was like, that how can you have this much energy? How can we talk about energy? And we do, as light workers, as people who talk about metaphysical, it is energy. It's all about energy. How can you have a discussion about energy and think that if you're working energy here to change here, that it isn't connecting here? And that's where the thing is people thought internally, because it's like, I'll fix myself, but in fixing yourself, you fix others as well, and you can fix your community and your environment. And that's where, again, from the scientific point of view, is like, again, energy does not get created or destroyed. And so if you are generating an alternate type of energy, of a positive energy instead of negative energy, right? Because again, it's going to affect other people, because energy connects to energy, and so there's energy around us. And so the ultimate power within was the ultimate power within us to alter our universe, to alter our environment. And if we set intentions, if we set a determination that we are going to achieve something, that we are going to make this happen, and we push it out to the world, and that's where the difference is for my affirmations, is you are pushing them out to the world. And as you push your energy out and you bump into the energy that's out there, then as you touch that energy, you change that energy. You alter it from a negative to a positive. And then as you alter that one, and it goes out and changes another one and another one and another one, ultimately you're pushing your positive energy out that comes back to you in a positive way, because again, you're creating a positive energy around you. And I'll give you an example. You're driving down the road. And you are running a little bit late, but you're almost on time. And Lord knows, with the two ladies beside me, they understand that one for me, because that is my key. I am always, and I told myself not to say that. So, but I'm going to, in this one context, I'm often late. Okay. So used to be, yes, I'm getting much better. Exactly. And so, but what happens? So you're driving down the road, you have your child in the back, in the car seat. And in this case, my little Liam, I'll put him in there because my little prince, he's my grandson. And anyway, and he's everything. So say I'm driving down the road and I blow a tire. I navigate in a crowded road. I navigate the car safely over 3 lanes, pull it off, get out, walk around, see the tires blown, realizing that the rim is still in good condition. I can do 2 things. I can blow up and say, oh man, I can't believe this. And then somebody pulls up behind me and they want to help me. And so I'm now in a terrible mood because I am thinking of this different in a different way. And so I send negative energy out to somebody who's having a great day. They pulled over to help me. How wonderful would that be, right? And yet I send to them negative energy, and now I've changed their energy for the day because they were trying to do something good. Let's flip the script. I get out of the car. Before I get out of the car, I look back and make sure my grandson is happy and he's okay back there. Nothing, nobody's hurt, nobody's injured. I give thanks that I was able to navigate, that the tire blew in a way that I was able to navigate the car safely off the road. So I'm giving thanks, and a moment where I could be losing my mind, I'm giving thanks that I navigated and was safe in that sense, that my grandson is fine behind me, that I could get out. And I realized that it's not the wheel that's damaged, it's only the tire, all these things that I could be seeing in a different way. But because I put out that positive energy, the guy pulls up behind me, he's positive, I'm positive, the whole experience turns positive. I change the tire, get back on the road. I am a little late. And the people come to find out we're also a little late. So nobody is harmed and everybody's okay with it. Or I tell them the story and they're like, oh, I'm so glad you're okay. I totally understand, because we all have these, right? So the key to all of that is you send out your energy even when you're not intending to, right? But when you do get that connection and you're bumping somebody's energy, remember, it's not just your energy anymore. So as you touch somebody else's energy, make sure that you're sending a positive energy, because you don't want to bring down their energy. You want to raise their energy up. We are not in a vacuum. We do not live in a vacuum. We do not live in a glass shell that insulates us. And let me go one more point. I won't go long, I promise. But the other point about that is their energy comes to you. Remember, when I reach out to Susan and I'm like, I call her, or I text her every morning, Julie, Susan, and I, we have a chat. Every morning we're texting each other in the morning, good morning, grand rising, have a wonderful day, all those things. And Julie sends us beautiful pictures of her walks because she's up in the morning walking before the sun comes up. So she has the sun, all these things. When you agree to have a conversation, as soon as you engage in that conversation, or as soon as you put forth the attempt to have a conversation, there's a contract. There's an implied contract that not only am I communicating with you, but I am sharing my energy with you. So when you think about from now on, and this is kind of something we don't think about, we just do it intentionally. But remember, from now on, when you engage or start to engage or initiate a conversation or a communication, remember, you're not just having a communication at this point. You are agreeing to a transfer of energy, whether you like it or not, because again, that's exactly what's happening. And so if you are agreeing to or engaging in an opportunity to have that energy, bring good energy, bring positive energy. Even if you're ticked about something, bring the energy and share, hey, I'm great to talk to you, but I need a little help because I'm feeling a little frustrated. So you give them that, but you bring the positive energy, but at the same time say, I need somebody I need to talk to because I need to get something off my shoulders. Okay. So make sure that the implied contract, you understand it, because again, it's not just communication anymore. If you believe that you're just communicating, I promise you're not. You walk into a funeral home and you're not feeling bad, and all of a sudden you feel down. Guess what you did? You connected to their implied contract. We're all coming down. Or you're having a bad day and you walk into a party and everybody's like this, and then all of a sudden you're feeling good. Guess what? You felt the implied contract. You agreed to it because all of a sudden you felt it. Remember, we are energy. Okay? Keep that in mind.
But one thing I would add, if I can, you wrote your book and it's all about affirmations and it's all about living positive and everything. And it's very important that you realize every thought you have, every word you say, like you're driving along and everything, that the universe is picking that up. The other side is picking that up. So you are going to get delivered what you're putting out. If you're putting out all that negativity, you're just attracting more negativity. I mean, if it was me driving in that car, I would, first of all, immediately put my angels around that car, to protect myself. And I do write about that in my book about angels. So, I mean, we have, and that's one thing Dawn and I try to teach and everything, and Julie, we have all the help from the other side. I mean, I'm talking about, we have spirit guides, we have loved ones, we have the angels. They are always willing to help guide you and direct you. But the clue is you have to ask for that help. You have to ask the angels, please help me, or, surround me with this love and light as I drive through this traffic, and, I have my child in the back, whatever. So what we try to do between mediumship and our books and everything is help you connect to the other side. So your life is better. So it is worth living. And you'll find more happiness and more joy. You'll experience that, and that's basically what we've done, right, Dawn?
Absolutely. And sorry, I'm a little distracted. I was trying to find the my newest book, but I can't find it offhand. It's not right around me as usually things are. But we are blessed because talking about spirit energy, we have. I wrote a book about a spirit energy who is a good friend of ours.
Oh,
and
that
she
one.
passed. And she came to me and she said, "You need to write a book." And she gave me a concept, and I wrote the book. And it's called A Silence Too Loud, and it is with about Libby, and it's about a psychic medium who goes to Jerome, Arizona, and stays at the Jerome Grand Hotel. And while he's there looking to write a book, work on a book, she comes visits, and she comes through the mirror, and she then talks about how she was murdered, and she needs to find the locket and that's why on the cover the locket stands out. She needs to be reunited with her locket, and she needs to bring justice to the person who killed her. And the book then starts that way. So it takes place in Jerome, and also Cottonwood, Arizona, and Sedona, because they're all right in a row, and they're all very metaphysically engaged, And so, but anyway,
hold up the book.
Yeah. And so it's interesting because this was from a spirit who again was part of our group. And when she passed over, she comes back and visits us, and she gives us information. Her name is Libby Groves. She's one of the sweetest women you're ever going to want to meet. And if you hadn't met her, then believe me, you missed a little bit of wonderful wonder and joy. She was always very positive, and she had this beautiful laugh, and this whole big head of hair, which is in the image. I had to work to get the hair done because the hair was everything for her. I mean, and it was red and just beautiful hair. And she always had it coiffed, and it looked wonderful. But anyway, the point is that that energy, when those people from the other side come back and visit, sometimes they bring great ideas. Sometimes they bring other concepts, which is wonderful. And then also, if I could, the other thing that I do have a new book. It's called A Space Between Breaths, and it's about mindfulness, which is a lot of the data that I had for that book was actually from the first book, the big book, which Susan showed you, The Ultimate Power Within. And when I wrote The Ultimate Power Within, it was far too big, and it was so much information because, again, I wrote it from a researcher's point of view and not from a person who wants to read it. And so I was told, cut all this stuff out of there, and I kept it. There you go. Thank you, Julie. And that turned into that book because I had a lot of that saved off, and then I brought in some case studies into that so he'll understand what I was trying to say about mediumship. But again, that's about that. I mean, about mindfulness and about how we have to be present in the moment. And that's another part of this about the metaphysical is sometimes we're there, but we're not there. Sometimes we are there in the moment, but we are not. And so it's interesting how if we focus ourselves on the various things in life, one of the things is, again, being in the moment, being present, and making sure that the person you're talking with understands that you're there. You're not just your mind's off and wondering. And then one more thing, and this is because we talked about my little Prince Liam. He's everything. I actually gave my writing skills a little fun break, and I created this book, which is Prince Liam's Alphabet Zoo, because he's going on 3. He just turned 3. We just had his party. And so I created it so where we have the alphabet, and we have the animal's name, and the animal matches with the I for I. And Miss Angie, who is here, she made the book. When I say she made the book, she made the cut, as in she's one of the animals. So A was made for Angie the alligator, And I asked her permission first, and she's like, "Of course, I would love you." And so anyway, there's one for each letter of the alphabet, and I created all the images. They're all mine, and my grandson loves it. And it's interesting because I'm involved in an organization with attorneys since I'm an attorney, and we do a lot of free legal work for people who need help in that sense for families. And it's called Defenders of Children's here in in Phoenix. And I'm still got Houston mind, because when I think of law, I think of Houston because I was an attorney in Texas. Anyway, so but it's interesting because he sent me a text one day and he said, I want to give you one of the best confirmations. I came out of my office with a client, and her son and her father were sitting there on the thing, and the father was reading the book, showing him the book, and they were looking at your book. And I thought, that's perfect. And then, of course, it's interesting because a baseball player, a Major League Baseball player, sent me a picture with him and his daughter looking at the book. And I said, can I post this? Because I didn't want to, because again, the leagues have their rules and stuff. And he's like, no, go ahead, use it and post it. So I actually posted it, the baseball player with the book too. So it was interesting, the words getting out there. All these books are available on Amazon, by the way, under my name, Donald Rumer-Rivera. But these are things that help us to get our word out, because metaphysical is not just the mediumship. It's not just the tarot. It's not just Reiki, whatever. It's community. And we have more of a life than just that. So we are rounded, and so we are well-rounded people, and you can be too, because you have maybe a question about metaphysical, because you may want to do metaphysical. That doesn't get rid of all the rest of you that's part of your life. So you're not the different person. And so when people look at you, when you think of like, oh, I can't do that because I might be different, you're not going to change. It's not going to change it's not going to change who you are, because who you are doesn't change. It actually enhances who you are. When you do mediumship, when you do tarot, when you do psychic skills, it enhances it, because all of a sudden now you're actually more understanding of the environment around you. Often we're in life, but we're so busy living it, we forget not to, So anyway, wonderful.
And you forgot to mention that the book is also in Spanish.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yes.
Well, he has 2 books.
The Liam's book. Oh, you're right. And it's funny because I had it. Yes, as I knocked my camera.
And he's going, what?
Oh, no. Yeah, I have the Spanish version too, and I made that one. And again, we had to come up with new names because again, the Spanish community, some of the names that we use are very, very white toast, and so it's like, not intentionally, it just happened. And
sometimes they have different animals down there, don't they?
And they have different names that don't start with the same letter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we had to go through this, and again, my husband is Latino, and so he helped to come up with the names and whatever. And my grandson is in a Spanish immersion class right now, and as a third grade, as a pre-K 2, he's in Spanish immersion, and so I actually donated a book to each of the students in the class and one to the school for their library, because again, it supports the mission, which is wonderful. And again, that's what we do and that's the one thing about our community is we're always giving, we're always helping. I have right now, I just donated, and Susan's done this. We've all done this. We donate book to auctions. We donate readings to silent auctions for organizations who want to raise money. We donate other stuff. I just this past week, I sent 4 or 5 of my books to be included in a basket that's going to be at an auction for another event in Kingman, Arizona. I have something going on in Tucson. They said, hey, can you donate a book? I'm like, absolutely, I'll donate too. And so I donated different. And so the good part is, again, we give back, and that's part of what I think the metaphysical community does.
It's just like this free ebook we're giving out. 68 pages, and it's got pictures and everything. It's beautiful. Wow. It's so full of information that will help you.
Yeah.
If you're interested in mediumship. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. Or even curious. If you're just even curious, that's the thing.
Well, if you're curious, I suggest Susan's book. Mm-hmm. If you just want to touch base, but definitely look into all the other books too, because once you read Susan's, and you're going to say, there's got to be more to this. And there is. You can find it.
Yeah.
So I love that. I'm let's see, did I miss any of it? I don't have a space between breasts yet on the QR codes, but I will add that. But did I put the UR? Yeah, I have put it up, and I'm going to do it again for You Are a Medium website. So for
that will keep you up to date with everything going on with the mediumship and classes and workshops, and it's a lot of fun. It's great. It's great to be around people of like minds.
And what our intent is with that website, by the way, is to again help to continue to grow our community, and to reach people, and to again, give them a resource. So it'll be a one-stop shop. If you're saying, hey, we'd like to be involved in some mediumship practice, well, guess what? There'll be a link on the website how to do. Follow this link on this date at this time, and you will get a free mediumship practice group. Or if you want to do psychic skills, we're building again. We're building a community with this. We're building an opportunity for people to again, no matter where you are, no matter where you're situated, you will know that I'm part of that community. We have somebody right here online who is in Sweden.
yes,
We've never met him in person because again, he's a continent away. He's on the other side of the water, and yet he's part of the community and he's part of the conversation always. And he's family. He's family. And the same thing for people even in this country. We have people on the East Coast. We have people we have Florida. We have New York. We have Baltimore. We have Pennsylvania. We have Chicago. We have Michigan, California, you name it. Washington State. We have a big population in Washington State. Oregon.
And also on the website, you will find out when we do our psychic readings online. Mm-hmm. I do it once a month. It's not always the same time, but it's always a Saturday. And Dawn is on, was it Thursday night with Angie or
Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday. I'm sorry.
Tonight.
But yeah.
You guys are going live tonight? Yes.
I know of. Yes.
Angie? Okay.
Cool.
I haven't asked Angie yet, but yeah, I intend to.
And I do want.
You can just write in, you have a question and we address it, and it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps.
And I want to let you know, some of our regulars, Gupta is from northern India, and Great Quartz is from Kenya. So, and I know that we have Canada represented here. I'm not sure if she's in today. I thought I saw her, but we have so many people here. Mm-hmm. And they're not just coming off of my channels. They're also coming off of Don and Susan's channels too. So we've got a lot of paired people in here today, and it's great. We love to have that. And I know we love talking about your books and mediumship. So the question was, can anyone be a medium?
Some people are born with this ability and others develop it. They have that desire to do that and to communicate with the other side and to help other people. Then they will learn it, and they will work at it. With a lot of practice, you can do it excellent.
Yeah, everybody is born with the clairs or the senses that you need. And when we say clairs is a category of ways in which we communicate via mediumship with spirits. And so everybody is born, everybody naturally has senses. It's like sight, smell. It's the same kind of, as their senses are there. The thing is what happens over time, generally speaking, you have maybe society, or you have religion or something else that tells you what you're picking up. Ignore that. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. Or don't do that because it's voodoo, or it's scary or whatever. All these evil and on and on. These things then, because of the psychological impact and in the earlier age when you're forming, you suppress them. And so the kids who don't suppress them generally are amazingly strong early on, because again, the messages come through and they're not told you're crazy and just let it roll. Mm-hmm. But we all have that ability born in us. And then if we choose later in life to, if we're not somebody who was born, because some people are inclined to the point that they're amazing at it early on, but if you're not necessarily born and then had it free to grow later on, you can absolutely bring them back. It's kind of like if you have to slowly teach and train yourself. It's kind of when you learn to write. When you learn to write, you don't just draw an A. You actually have to and teach your hand how to do that, right? And stay within the lines. It's like, and also like coloring. You get a coloring book. You ever see a child coloring all over the place and all over the lines, and over time they learn to stay in the lines. It's the same way. Our mind has to learn how to sense this very tight area that's called theta, and it's that area, that range between silence and noise, that allows you to communicate at a higher level and feel the senses, and again, what we call the clairs, feel the way in which they're communicating and understand that, oh, that's the message. And then we also learn how to get our ego out of the way, because often our ego is so afraid to fail. It is so afraid that somebody's going to tell me I was wrong. Somebody's going to tell me that, I'm crazy, whatever. And so we are so worried about their ego. And that's not a bad, and when I say ego, it's not bad ego. Don't get me wrong. That's not like, oh, well, look at me, I'm great. No, it's that natural ego in us that protects us and says, I don't want to go off on a limb. I want to be safe. And so again, it's not a negative connotation when I see ego, because sometimes it can be. But what happens is when we let the ego comes to rest and says, you know what, let me go out on that limb. Let me take that walk. Let me try that. And then you get the confirmation that, oh, that was worth the walk, because guess what? I was picking up the message. Then you realize where that message came from, how it felt, how you received it. And you're like, okay, from now on, I'm going to allow more of that to come in that way. Whether it's here, whether it's here, whether it's here, whether it's here, tactile, whatever the clair you're using. And you use sometimes all of them. As you do that, then it becomes more comfortable. You become more comfortable with it. Your ego doesn't worry so much, and it lets you freer and freer to the point where now you communicate very openly about it. And we all have it. And remember, all mediums are psychics, but not all psychics are mediums, because you can choose to do mediumship or you can choose not to.
And, our intuition is our God-given gift. It's given to everybody. And if we really listened to all the knowledge we have within us, how everything feels, this would be a better place to live. We wouldn't have wars and everything, because we would be listening. It doesn't feel right. And that's what the metaphysical world is about. What's practical, what makes sense. It's what it feels. How does it feel? Does it feel right? Does it feel wrong? So we try to teach you all this stuff and have you be aware of your different senses, because we all have some senses that are stronger than others. And, whether it's hearing, you hear words, you hear things, or you see things, or you taste things, you feel things. And that's what makes mediumship very successful, by being aware of all these feelings, of being aware of the world around you, but being yourself and trusting your guidance, your inner guidance. And that's what makes it successful. That's what makes it work. That's what makes your life better, by trusting your inner intuition, inner guidance, and knowing that there's a reason you feel a certain way or you don't feel a certain way.
Okay. You know what time it is.
What time is it?
It is time.
And for readings?
A break so we can start readings. I know that Susan is ready.
I'm ready to run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
So if you have to take a 1-minute break, do so. Do we?
Yes, so we're taking a break. Here we go. We'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
She's not back yet, but it's that time. So exciting, isn't it? I know she loves this part of it. And Don's busy right now. Okay.
I was checking for you. Thank you, folks. The messages are coming through and the subscriptions. I was checking, and I do appreciate it super much. You guys are wonderful. And I will be sending the ebooks to each of you by the email you gave me. You'll get your ebook probably either today or tomorrow. Okay.
And how many have you gotten?
A few.
A few. Okay. Just checking because I see how many hit the QR code. So I'm hoping that builds up a little bit more as we go on. So are your cards ready? Everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
It's just the two of you. And we already have people. Great Quartz has been putting in quite a few questions. Okay. Yeah.
Now, personally, I would rather not do mediumship questions because it's a lot of involvement with the other side and everything and really focusing. But if you have a psychic question, I'm quick to answer.
And I'll do mediumship if an energy comes in, I'll pick it up and I'll go ahead and do that for sure. If you are looking to have a mediumship read here today, what you should do, and this is in preparation of any mediumship reading you do anywhere, in advance, call to your spirits and say, hey, Dad, I'd like to talk to you. Can you come in? Hey, Mom. Hey, Grandma. Hey, Grandma. Granddad, whatever. Call them in advance and say, on this day at this time, I'm having an opportunity with a medium. Can you come in? Would you come in? Okay, so you really do want to do your homework in advance to have a mediumship hit, because that increases the opportunity that they actually do show up. Okay.
Wow, we've got a lot of them popping in. Yeah. Queasy says, I'll put it up. It's just too fun. And he wants to remind everybody, thank you for his readings on Monday. Okay. Okay. And the first one is Great Quartz. Like I said, she's put in a couple of them here. She's said general. So for Great Quartz, that's for you, Susan, is a general. And for Dawn, here you go.
Okay, this is Great Quartz. Okay. Let's see what you need to know today. Okay. Okay. My goodness, this is kind of all about work. But it's about a lot of things. Stability is very important in your life. You like to know where your next paycheck's coming. You like to be grounded, and you're very good at work. People at your work really have a lot of respect for you. They see that you do a great job. You're going to have a great life. You're going to have everything you want. But right now it's saying it's important that you really think about taking a trip. There's a place you've been wanting to go to, and it's important and it's imperative that you go there. You do this. There's some people that you're wanting to see. Take this trip. It's very important. And there's a gentleman involved in your life, and he's rather important. And if you don't know him yet, you will. And he's a very sensitive being, and you're going to have it all. These are beautiful cards. Just keep doing what you're doing. Believe in yourself, love yourself, and you can't go wrong. Everything is going very well for you, and it's going to continue getting better. Thank you.
Who was that one for?
Great Quartz.
Okay, Great Quartz. I'm getting something from you. I was picking up energy, and for the folks who don't, before I go there, as psychic and medium, I don't always turn to cards. I try to I pick up, however I pick up energy, I pick it up. And in this case, Great Quartz for you, I'm picking up energy in a psychic hit way. And it's interesting because what I'm picking up is I'm feeling this tension around you. I'm feeling some that, so I'm picking up esophageal type situation. So it tells me there's anxiety. It's something what there's a worry. You're worried about something right now. There's a concern, and it seems to be around family. Are you having a family issue right now that has you a little bit worried or constantly? Is there something about education or something about career? Because I'm picking up direction, and there's consternation or concern about a direction. Does this resonate with you before we go any further? Can you confirm or not? Because I'm picking up this energy about again, it's either like a career or direction or even dealing with family. And again, there's this feeling of pressure or consternation that it's like is there some conflict there? You're angry with your family. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, because I felt that. I'm like, yeah, okay. And again, it came, yeah. Yeah, education, career. Well, okay, super. Thank you. Yeah. No, I'm picking that up. And it's interesting because, to be honest with you, Great Quartz, what I'm feeling like is I feel like you're pushing a wagon up a hill. Okay. It's like you've tried changing their minds. You've tried helping them to understand, but they're very calcitrant. They're very determined in their way of thinking, and you're having difficulty trying to break through. And you're at a point. I get a frustrated point. I feel you're at a frustration point where you're like, you have to make a choice, and you're feeling like eventually I'm going to crack some eggs because I'm going to make people unhappy. But you've tried to placate, and that didn't work. And unfortunately, I think you are in the right direction in the sense that you're going to have to make a choice that is not going to be comfortable for everybody, but you've got to do it for you. And so you got to find your power. You got to find your energy to say, you know what, I'm going to do it. I got to do this. And it's interesting because Spirit's telling me initially it's going to be complicated, and initially it's not going to feel wonderful. But once you do it, and there has been time, because they're showing me the clock and they're showing me time. Once time goes on a little bit, they'll come around. But for now, it's again, they from their environment, from their training, from their viewpoint, they don't understand because they can't see it that way. It's not part of what how they think. And so you have to help them slowly. It's kind of like in the Big Fat Greek Wedding. I don't know if you ever saw Big Fat Greek Wedding, Great Quartz, but so I may be using a reference that doesn't land well. But there's this wonderful, wonderful actress. There's two actresses in this scene, Mia. Anyway, Mia, and then also the other actress is Ilya Kazan, and she's amazing, right? And she's like, and she talks to her daughter, and her daughter is saying about the father, and the father is so hard-headed, and he's such a hard-headed Greek man, and he's going to go, and she's like, she tells her daughter, she says, the husband, he is the head of the family, but the wife, she is the neck, and the neck turns the head. And I always love that because it's such an amazing phrase. And so, Great Quartz, what I'm asking you to be the neck of the family that helps to slowly turn the head. You don't have to hammer the head in. What you do is you slowly plant the seed. You put the energy out there. You figure out ways in which you can help them slowly turn. And eventually, as the neck starts swiveling, they have more flexibility. What I'm asking you to do is figure out how to do that, how to find that, okay? Because again, it can happen, but it takes time, and it takes a little bit of ingenuity on how to make sure that you are nudging. We call it nudging here, how you nudge people, but you can do this, okay?
And in particular, there's one male around her that's giving her a lot of grief.
Yeah.
And she needs to take charge, not let him throw her.
And would that be an uncle or a grandfather? Because I think it's actually not just it's not the father. It's like is it an uncle or do you have a husband? Because but I don't think it's a husband. It's more like an uncle or a grandfather, like a patriarch, somebody who is like all the family looks to that person. He's the one that is needing the nudge. But I don't think it's the husband specific. I think the husband takes the message from the other person. So is that a husband's brother, or is that a husband's father? And again, your father-in-law, because again, it's a patriarchal situation that I'm feeling here. Does that resonate with you, Gray Quartz? The point is most important thing about the message, nudge. Find a way to use your neck, be the neck, and turn the head slowly, okay? Grandfather, okay, there you go. Yeah, the patriarch, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Turn his head. That you go to the point of power, you find out whose head, if you turn the most, and it sounds like his, that's the one you work on, and you try to nudge, okay? Thank you, Gray Quartz, for sharing your energy with us. I appreciate it. And let us know, keep us abreast of that. I believe there can be change, there will be change. But you, again, slow and steady wins a race.
Oh, I love that. Always like that. And and then Gupta says, I'm also open for a message from my dad in spirit. So I have a question. Can this Nitesh guy cause me any trouble in future, or am I overthinking? That's for you, Susan.
That's for Love Goddess. That's for Bonnie.
No. Somebody at work.
Oh, okay.
Feels that he's going to be wants to know if he's going to be causing him any more trouble.
Well, the thing is about the work. Yeah, this is the same. This is Gray Quartz.
No,
this is,
Gupta.
Okay.
I call him Gupta. He's from North India. Yeah, I'm not really good with the first name. Kelly
we have to live our lives and not allow other people to control our feelings or our behaviors. Or, we're responsible for what we do, and we're not responsible for what other people think. But let me pull some cards about your work and if you're overthinking or... There's a lot of people want to be in control, and this is saying that there's a relationship here with this person you need to end. Because you're not setting your boundaries here, and you need to set your boundaries so that everybody know that you are in control of what you're doing. And they're saying, don't focus on the past. There's things that have happened in the past where you let people kind of gain control, and this is saying no, you need to take a stand, and you need to say no more, and set those boundaries. And if this relationship, whether it's a friendship or anything, communication is so important, and whether we're in a business or a personal relationship. And this is very interesting. When you do that, when you set these boundaries, and when you make sure that nobody is in control of your life and what you do, a lot of things are going to open up to you, and you're going to have a sense of love. This is love coming into your life that you probably haven't felt this kind of love before, but it's pretty sensational. But it's all because you're going to say, this is who I am, and I'm pretty special, I'm pretty awesome. And you put that aura out, and people connect to that energy, and they have a little more respect for you. But it's all because of you saying no more. I will not put up with that. I'm going to be okay. And then all these wonderful things will come into your life. But allow this to end, and don't see it as a problem in the future. And be yourself and demand that respect. Thank you.
Okay.
Super.
And did you see the part that he wanted to, his dad?
Yeah, Gupta, I can't guarantee this is their fathers here, but I'm going to give you a description of a man who has come in, and I think he is here for you, because again, he didn't come in until I kind of was picking up on your energy. This is a shorter man. He's not a tall man. And when I say that, remember, I'm talking from 6'1" here. So we're talking somewhere below 5'9" or less. He's a short and a slight build. He's not a heavy man. He's a short and slight built man. He's also showing me he worked with his hands, because he's showing me his hands, and they are rough. So he worked with his hands. Would be, and I'm not saying it's your father. Let me be clear about this again. I'm giving you some information just to start the conversation. Would a man of that definition be someone you know who's crossed over, even if it's not your father? Would that, and then we'll go further into information, but I wanted to give you a starting point, because if that doesn't even fit anybody you know, then we just move on, because again, it wasn't meant for you. And I'm going to give you a little more information. He's about 5'9". Okay. Was he slight? Again, a slight build. He wasn't a big man, correct? A big, heavy man, right? Because this man is not a heavy man. He is more of a slight build. And can you confirm the working with the hands? Because he keeps showing me that. That's important to him. He was very proud. He was very proud of his work. He was very proud to be a working man. That was something that part of his persona, is that he was a hard worker. And he keeps telling me that, because like, I worked hard. I was, working with his hands means as in, yes, labor. Yes.
Or a craftsman or something. Yes.
Yeah. No, he worked with, exactly. It was somebody who did things with his hands. He was pretty, no, so this is not your father. Again, would this be somebody else? Like, could this, again, again, as I'm reading, let me make it clear to what I'm saying, would this fit another person again in your world? Because again, because your father didn't come in necessarily doesn't mean that it's not somebody else. Again, and that's why I clarified that I'm not picking up necessarily your father. But he is telling me he's in your lineage, and he's showing me. He's showing me. It's interesting. He's showing me a rural house. Okay, but it's not like our houses. It's definitely different. I'm guessing it's probably more of a structure that it's a small place. He lived in a very small place. It wasn't a large opulent house. It was a small place. He's showing me
mother's father, who was a farmer.
Well, and this guy is married. He was married, had a number of children, by the way. And he's telling me that he lost one or two before they became adults. So he had one or two children who were deceased prior to adulthood. That should register again, maybe, but does that register with you? Because again, they didn't make it to adulthood, but he had a number of kids. So he was prolific. Let's see. But it's interesting because he's also telling me he was quiet. He really wasn't. He was the head of the family, but he wasn't a dictatorial. He was more quiet. His wife was the pushy one. He was quite obvious about it. He's very verbose about it. He's like she was pushy. She was the talky one. She was she was always pushing things. She was always nagging. She was always, you do this, you do this, you do this. But when he spoke, people listened because he did not speak all the time. So when he spoke, people listened. And when he said no, or when he said yes, even Mama was overruled at that point. So he didn't get into a lot of things, but he only spoke up when he felt he needed to be heard, or when he was not happy with what was happening. So if Mama said, no, you can't, he would say, yes, he can. And she would not push back, because she knew that because he spoke seldom, when he spoke, it was important and it had weight. So this is the man who's here. And this is the man, Gupta, who is telling me I'm going to give you the message now, so you can think later on again and see if all this works. But what I'm saying is, and folks, this is mediumship, but if we were in person, there'd be a little different dialogue, because there'd be more interaction, because I would get quicker response, and we would have a conversation. And I would be saying, does this resonate with you? Does this resonate with you? Because again, it's important to get that confirmation as we go along. But the message here, Gupta, is that you It's interesting because he's telling me you have so much more to do. Why are you procrastinating? Why are you being held back? Why are you holding yourself back? He's telling me that you need a spark. You need a spark to get you going, because you're kind of at a point where you're just kind of stuck in mud. You're not moving forward, and you need something to light you up. And that goes back to what Susan was mentioning. I wonder if that guy is one of the guys that helped light him up and gets him fired up and says, I've got to make different choices, because he's telling me here that you've become kind of complacent. And for you, you should not be, because there's more for you. There's more for you. You're not realizing your full potential. So you need to be doing something more with yourself, and you need to be something more with your energies. Okay. That's what he's telling me. And he's telling me you knew you were loved, so he didn't have to tell you that, because you're loved, your family loves you dearly. There's not a question there. So he's not going to play that game. His point is he's more dictatorial. He's like, get to it. He's like, get the spark back in your life. You need to get spark back in your life. Okay. That's what I'm picking up for you. That's the message. Okay. So again, if the evidence lines up and you are comfortable with knowing who I'm telling you is there, then follow that message, because it's super important. Okay.
Okay, great.
I'm going to ask him to step back. Thank you so much for coming in. And I'm going to thank you, Gupta, for sharing your energy as well. So he's pulling back now. And I knew it was a man. But let me be clear about this, folks. When I pick up a reading, everybody reacts differently. When I know it's a man, a warm energy comes, and I feel that warmth energy. If a female comes in, usually it's a colder energy, especially an older female. I get very cold. And sometimes when I'm reading you even see me flush a little bit because I'm so warm. Other times I'm just sitting here chilling. And so that's how I knew initially it was a man, not because I saw or felt. It's because I was getting warm, and then his energy comes. I'm like, that's a male energy. That's a masculine energy. So just clarifying my process.
Okay, and then we've got, next is Davy Jones.
Where's your locker, Davy? Tell me. He's probably too young, doesn't even know what that means. Davy Jones locker.
It's funny because Scott gets that every time he gets in. It's like Davy Jones
right?
locker. And of course, I think of the monkeys. But
The
that's
monkeys. Hey, for the monkeys.
Remember the monkeys?
They were so
Yeah.
fun.
okay. Bianca and Warren are not here, so we are going to, or they have not shown up. So if you guys are here, please let me know. We have a lot of people in line. Davy Jones, let me know you're here. There you are. I knew you would be here. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to put that up there, but hide on that. So Davy is here. Let's go
Davy.
back.
Okay, Davy's in for us for a good reading. Okay, so it's talking about, that most of your life you've been worried about money, worried about being by yourself, worried about too many things. And they're saying, stop. It's time to charge ahead. It's time to move forward. It's time to let go of that past and put that all behind you. It's history. It does not apply to you anymore. You've got so much to look forward to. And they said it's time to move forward because the sun's going to be shining for you. You are going to have love in your life. There's so many good things getting ready to happen. So don't dwell on the past. Put it behind you. It's gone. And charge ahead and be excited, because a lot of things are going to happen late summer and early fall, and you're going to be happier than you've been most of your life, because you have not been dwelling on the past. You're not living in the past. You're living in the moment, and you're living in the future. So go for it. Real good.
Davey, the very first thing I picked up was hearing. Why are you not listening? Why are you not listening? The Spirit's telling me that you are being sent messages, and people, not only are they sending messages directly, they're sending messages through people. You keep hearing something over and over again. Why are you not listening to what they're telling you? Why are you? And so this is the message to you: is pay attention, listen, because you've been, again, the message has been over and over from various ways, various people, but it's like you don't want to hear it. Maybe it doesn't land well for you. Maybe you don't like what you're hearing. But again, when you hear it over and over again, you need to, you need to pay attention to it, okay? Because it's super, super important. There's this energy of like, please listen. You need to pay attention. So my other question, I'm asking Spirit, okay, now are we talking about an issue? We're talking about an issue in your life. We're talking about a career choice. We're talking about what? And one thing they're talking about is there two things here. Two things they're asking me to have you pay attention to. First of all, is something that's happening in your body. You've been having a change in your body, and something has been doing, and you're ignoring the signs. Pay attention. What's happening? Okay, is there something subtle? Is there something that needs to be addressed? Are you having a deficiency? Because you know what they're telling me, you're not hydrating. You're not drinking enough water. Because I'm definitely getting the lack of hydration, and your body's been telling you this. And there's been, because they keep giving me this dizziness feeling, like again, dehydration. So pay attention to your water. If this resonates with you, and if that's the case, please make sure you're drinking more water. Also, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm getting they keep saying B, like vitamin B. So pay attention to that. The other thing that I was picking up though is again something about the direction. Something about again with you, a message about an answer for, because you're wondering why not me? Why not me? Why? And that's the question I keep hearing. They're like, he in his head, why not me? Why not me? And the answer is, because of you, because you're not listening. So again, you're getting messages, you're getting clear direction, people giving it to you, as well as Spirit giving it to you, as well as signage. Pay attention to the things going around you. The message is clear, it's in front of you. Please pay attention to it. Okay, pay more attention, because you're oblivious. You kind of are oblivious right now. You're kind of just kind of going through the motions. And remember, we talked about mindfulness, being in the moment. Be present in the moment, and you'll receive the message, because the messages are coming through. Okay, Davey? This one picking up for you.
Part of that is he kind of lives in the past. He thinks the way he's always been thinking. And the universe is telling you, Spirit's telling you now, start thinking differently. Open your mind to new possibilities, a new you, and it's going to be fabulous. But you can't be living in the past. You can't be doing things like you used to. You have to change your ways.
And thank you, Davey. I hope that helps. And this is Warren Vigo. Vigo. Got it?
Okay, basically, I feel like it's very important that you guys protect yourselves. You know, if you're putting out your energy, you're opening yourself up to anything, good energy, bad energy. So it's important at times to just keep your energy close to you. You draw in that aura. I don't go there. I don't think about negative energy. I don't think about spells and all that stuff. I refuse to live that way. I protect myself. I involve my angels in my life, my loved ones. So it's really up to you. If you are focusing on negative energy and energy out there attacking you and stuff, it's going to happen, because that's where your focus is. And, you know, when you're in crowded places, you're picking up a lot of energy. So kind of like put a cocoon around you and close in your aura so that you're not susceptible to all that negative energy, because there's negative energy everywhere, but there's positive energy too. So you have to choose to think differently. Don't be worried about the negative energy so you don't attract it, and start seeing yourself in the light. Thank you.
Okay, my wife and I feel stagnant.
They're in control of their lives. Nobody else can control your life but you. You have to be an active participant in your life, and you have to decide to bring in positive energy. And, you know, everything's energy. So you can either be in positive energy or you can attract negative energy. You are in charge.
It's interesting when Susan was talking about the light, I was thinking, Carol Ann, run to the light. Run to the light, Carol Ann. From Poltergeist. I kept thinking, oh my God, Poltergeist. Oh, movie.
Oh dear. Well, she's in the light now, isn't she?
She is. Carol Ann made it to the light. Yes, indeed. During the third movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Do you have anything to add to that, Dawn? I mean, I really believe what we think is what we attract.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But he says we feel tired we hoping we go or move in other place that fit us?
Well, let's start looking and go in that direction. Leave the past behind you.
Why are we hoping? I'm going to help you rewire the brain. We're talking something. Let me get into neuroplasticity, baby. You open the door right here. Neuroplasticity. When you use words are power.
Yes.
Words are magic. Susan just told you earlier, we are the magicians. We create our own magic. And so when you use words are power. When you put it out there, if you're going to do it tomorrow, guess which day never comes? I will promise you tomorrow never comes, because again, tomorrow is the next day. So we need to make sure that as we talk, we don't limit ourselves by how we speak. Words are power. So when you say, I'm hoping, it's wonderful to hope, but if you're only living on hope and you're not living on action, a lot of hope in one hand and a little action in the other, I'm telling you, other with little action is going to get you further than a lot of hope. And I'm not saying don't have hope. Don't get me wrong. But when you say, I'm hoping to, and you say that today, and you say it next week, and then you say it next year.
Way out there.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. You have to say, I'm doing this. And so, and when I talk about affirmations specifically, I always say, project the success in the future. I'm living in my new life. I'm living my new self. I'm living in my new house. I'm living with my new career. All of these things must be how you put yourself, because when you start placing yourself in that successful new you've retrained your brain to see yourself there. And when you start seeing yourself there, you're putting the energy out there that tells you you are there. And all of a sudden you find the things align with you. The spirit energy, the energy of the universe aligns to make that possible, because it's like, wait a minute, your mind can't be out of alignment with your reality. And so if you tell your mind very strongly here, your reality adjusts to your mind. But you have to believe it first. It has to be here first, and you have to say it. If you put out the energy and you're like, oh, I'm always broke, guess what you're going to be? As soon as you said, I'm always broke, I can never make enough money, I can never get ahead, guess what you'll never get? Ahead. Because you just said it. You called it in. And so I tell people, that's like, I love them to death. Don't tell me that. Don't love me to death. I don't want to die. And I know it sounds trite, but I'm telling you, it's not trite, because again, you plant the seed of energy with words. Don't do it. Look at my face. As Angie says, look at my face. Don't do it. No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And I did pull some cards about going to South Africa. First of all, but remember one thing. You are still you, whether you're here, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're on the moon, whatever. You are still you. You have to change your ideas and your thoughts and your beliefs. But if you do decide to go to South Africa, I think it'll be fine for you. It's probably a better place for you to make more money. It looks good. So, if you want to go in that direction, go. But remember, you are still you. You are creating your life every day by your thoughts and your habits.
Yep. You just got to go. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. And I do like how he says, my wife told me several times we are going to another country away from here in the Philippines. She has this strong intuition. Support her with that intuition. Go for it.
Get her done. Get her done. What you waiting for?
Pack your bag.
Excellent, Sandra, on that too. Okay. I hope that helps. Warren, believe and trust in the fact that your words matter. So say what you really want. I haven't heard from Allison. Allison, are you here? Allison Turnbull, if you are here, I will add you back in. But guess whose turn it is?
Victor.
Oh, Victor. Victor in Sweden.
Yes. Any message from Grandma or Grandma? You know how to say it. I don't. So. Okay, good. I'm glad you support her.
I don't pick up any grandma energy today. I'm not picking up any. The energy did not come through. I saw that earlier, by the way, and I was trying to call her in because I have connected to one of his grandmothers before, and she is such a wonderful energy. That one is, but she did not come in. She's not come in today. And I'm not picking up any other energies at this point right now. But Victor, I will tell you this much. I don't know. Again, I haven't spoken to you in a while, so I don't know. But there has been. I'm feeling a major. You have had a major shift. I'm getting major shift energy around you. I'm feeling like you are feeling lighter now. You're feeling more positive. I get a whole. I don't know what you did. Are you like smoking weed or something? Because something's good here. Because I'm telling you, Victor, something's good. I'm feeling like I'm feeling so much more positive energy around you than I felt in a while. I feel like you're in a brighter space. I feel like you have embraced a more positive energy, by the way. I think you are feeling better about yourself. I think that there's still a bit to tweak. And I think you and I know that. I get that energy of there's still a little further to go. Is there someone new in your life, or Victor, is someone coming into your life? Because I'm feeling a new energy of someone coming home, and so Victor, is there something you need to share with us? Are you already a little dalliance there?
I think a lot of the reason that he's doing better is because he's taking better care of himself. He's putting his needs first. It's about time.
Yeah. But Victor, can you let us know, are you dating, or are you putting yourself out there? Because again, someone is, if they're not here now, they're coming real soon. They're and I'm doing a love reading. Bonnie, please save me. This is terrible. I can't believe I'm doing this. But really, Victor, because you all know I don't do love. Love readings go to die here. I tell people don't ask for love reading because they die right here.
Go see Bonnie.
Yeah, but exactly, Bonnie's the one. But no, seriously, I'm telling you that he's coming. He's like on the precipice. You're right at that point where it's coming, Victor. So make sure you're getting yourself out there. Make sure you are making yourself available in the environment you're in. Get out and about. Make sure you're out and spending time outside with people, because they're showing up. The universe is like, it's time, and we're ready. Okay. Yep.
All right. That's it for Victor. Okay. Anybody else? No? All right. So Bianca came back in. So we're going to go to Pam first. Pam, are you still here? And then we'll go to Bianca after that. After Bianca will be Sandra. Hopefully, if we have enough time. If we don't, we don't. Sorry.
Let's see. Well, the Empress card's a wonderful card, and basically that's telling you stop putting your needs first, take a little more time to nurture yourself, take care of yourself, relax, rest. It's all about you right now. It's not about everybody else. So please, heed that card, pay attention to it. And this is very interesting because you've got a lot of choices to make up. This is, we still have a few more months left of the year, and it's saying start setting some goals, some dreams that you want to accomplish. I know money's not, it's, you don't have more than enough money, but it's going to be okay. There's opportunities coming your way, and there's a new chapter commencing. But what's really important right now is to pay attention to your dreams. You can kind of program your dreams before you go to bed, ask for some divine guidance, ask for some answers to questions, whatever, and then really pay attention to your dreams, and don't hop up the minute you wake up and run to the bathroom. Just kind of lay there and write things down, write what you can recall. But the choices you make are going to they're going to play an important role, because that's what's going to bring these wonderful opportunities your way. So things are going to change for you. They're going to change in a beautiful way, but really pay attention to what's going on around you, your thoughts inside, and you're putting out this energy. So really, really kind of fine tune everything, and you'll be amazed at what happens.
Okay.
Pam, I am. It's interesting, since you came on, since you popped up and Susan started reading, I keep hearing this song I'm like, where is this CD? And it's like it's in my head, and it's I Hope You Dance. I don't know if you've heard it. It is such a strong, wonderful song, and it's such an empowering song. And it's interesting because I used to have the CD somewhere close by because I would play it. There's times where I'd sit here and I'll play it because I just and it's such an affirming thing. But Pam, you need to dance. You need to get out. You need to get socialized. You need to do some socialization this weekend. If you have an invitation coming, make sure you take it. You need to get out and dance. You need to let the hair down. You need to let the problems go for a while. You need to again let it go. But you have to kind of just give yourself a moment. Give yourself a moment, and go back to my most recent book, Mindfulness. Give yourself a moment in the moment to not have anything around you bothering you, and be in the moment, to just be there, to be present in the moment, and to be ready to accept. And because there is something, it's interesting, there's something just, it's like your spirit guides want you for health purposes to dance, to get out and be there, because you need to release and let go. And that's the big message I keep getting. It's like, you need to just dance. Just, I hope you dance, because they're afraid that you're going to miss an opportunity if you don't take the opportunity, if you don't get out there and dance, and if you don't get out there and enjoy, there's an opportunity that's out there for you. But if you're not out there dancing, you won't get the opportunity. So you need to get yourself out. You need to start dancing. You need to get out and into community. Okay, must.
That is a great song. It's a great song. And instead of sitting there and watching everybody dance, get up and participate. Be a part of it. Be a part of your life. Get involved.
Absolutely. Yep. So that's what I got for you, is just get out and start doing it. And even if even it exhausts you, it's a good exhaustion. It really is, because again, it's because if you are exhausted because of socialization, that means you're not exhausted from the pressure. You're not exhausted from the things in your life that's wearing you down a little bit. You are exhausted for some other reason. And that's a new kind of exhaustion that is good to have. Again, it's distraction. It's time away. It's putting yourself in a new space.
Okay. Bianca Ann.
Okay. See what you need to know today, Bianca. Are you tapping away, Dawn?
Oh, could you hear that?
Yes.
Sorry. I didn't know my mic was so astute.
Okay. All right. It is time, girlfriend, to break out of this prison. You've been controlling yourself. You're holding yourself back, and get out there. Take control. Just because you've been disappointed in a lot of things that have happened recently, things are gonna change. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. Everybody's on top of the wheel, and all of a sudden they drop down, but eventually they come back up again. And your life is gonna change when you decide to make a change. You are in charge. So go for it. Do it. Have it a little adventure. Don't be so sensitive all the time. Decide to be happy and be in control, and look at all these wonderful possibilities that are opening up for you. There's changes, there's all kinds of stuff getting ready to happen, but you've got to allow it to happen. Break out of that self-made prison and get out there and do. Okay, just do it. Thanks, Bianca.
Interesting. Bianca, do you have a daughter? Do you have a daughter? I guess there's a better way to ask the question, but you have a daughter, correct? And can you confirm that first? Because this is an interesting one. This is interesting.
I'm hoping she does, because I've been calling her name, but she said she was here recently.
All right, Bianca Jagger, let's get to it now. Come on, come on. So yes, you are here, or yes,
Yes.
you have a daughter. When I ask it, do me a favor, everybody, from this point forward. If I ask a question, can you make sure you say yes, and then say what? Yes, daughter. No, daughter. Yes, pain in the butt. No, wonderful person. Yes, whatever. Because or mind your own damn business, and that's fine too. I'm good with that. But anyway, so do you have a daughter? Yes or no? And if so, is she an older daughter? So therefore, she's beyond teen. She's maybe beyond the age of consent at this point. In other words, adulthood. Because I'm picking up tattoo. I'm picking up a tattoo, and that's what's driving this conversation. And it's like you need a tattoo. You need a tattoo. Are you considering a tattoo? Are you considering a tattoo?
Oh, yeah.
Are you considering something about her, or like a tattoo about her, or a tattoo that you and her are going to get together, something like that? Because I'm picking up tattoo energy. Do you? 26. She's 26. Okay. And have you guys talked about it? Because I'm not even sure you're into tattoos, but I'm picking up tattoo, and I'm picking up you need a tattoo. There's like a mother-daughter tattoo thing going. Does she have tattoos? Do you have tattoos? Am I asking too many questions that fast? These answers will be coming in the next sequel. It's like our next episode of Batman. I don't know, but seriously, I'm picking up this tattoo thing. Have you thought? Have you considered getting a tattoo? How do I get one? How do you get a tattoo? Well, that's not her.
Yeah, that's not her. That's not her. No.
I'm like, what? Like,
This is lazy.
You go to a tattoo artist and you get a tattoo. It's like, but I know I mistook that. Okay, sorry. But anyway, seriously, I'm picking up serious tattoo energies. And so no, not. I don't talk to her. We both have tattoo. You both have tattoos. Okay. And talk. Okay, good. No,
Wow,
okay.
I didn't get that one.
You have many tattoos. Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting. That's so the connection they were making for me then, because they were talking about you do have things in common. The things that separate you, the things that keep you apart, believe it or not, remember the things that draw you together. And again, that's I guess the message you're having for you. But you have to find something that brings you together. And maybe again, reaching out and saying, you know what, it's been a while and whatever. And maybe have that conversation and saying, what's in common? How can we do something together? And maybe that's why they showed me that tattoo, because maybe if you both get the same tattoo, it could be a bonding experience, getting over something here. I understand you don't talk to her, but I'm saying it's time to do it. It's time to reach out. It's time to try to make the connect. It's time to maybe do by making the connect in a way that you want to do something together, that you both can do something that you both share together. And that's why they gave me the tattoos, because the tattoos, they were very clear about the tattoos, and now we know why. And it's interesting because, not everybody has tattoos, but they were very clear that for this conversation, tattoos had to be the key. We did get tattoos together years ago. You did get tattoos together years ago. Okay. So that is that bonding experience. Wonderful. Okay. I would start the conversation again. I think they're telling me it's time for you to reach out. And again, if they don't respond, that's on them. But from your point of view, from you, I feel like you need to initiate something, and maybe it's going to heal something in you, or maybe it's going to fill a bit of a void because you feel like I've done something. They're telling me to tell you it's time for you to do something. Okay. Interesting how they were really clear about the tattoos, Oh my gosh. And they both had them together. I love hearing that. I love confirmation, of course, it's nice, but I love the fact that they did something that was a bonding experience. And it can be again, Bianca. I really do feel it can be again. There's a timing issue here. And I feel that we're on the precipice of that. So take this moment. Please take this moment.
I'd kind of like to know how long ago they got their tattoo together.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an anniversary popping up or something.
Yeah.
And it just shows that they have some similarities.
Yeah. Can I, and you don't have to answer this because, it's a bit, but I'm feeling like you have something on like a tattoo on the breast or like here somewhere, because I'm picking something up here, and you don't have to answer that if you don't feel comfortable, but if, women wear the low shirts. And so, often you can see if they're, You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I'm asking something too private, but again, if you're wearing tattoos, I'm guessing you're not closing your shirt like this all the way. So I'm feeling like that would be a common, question, but because I'm picking up like tattoo there, and that's like I have one right between my breasts. Okay, well there you go. All right. Yeah, I kept getting.
Person here.
Ouch. Sounds,
Yeah. Yeah,
that sounds
interesting.
painful.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Well, we have about 5 minutes left. So I think we need to call it a day as far as the readings,
Okay.
because we have to do some more,
Housekeeping.
well, not just housekeeping, but
To
I
wrap
know you would
up
say
with
the, what?
stuff. Yeah, we need to wrap it up about our website and everything, because some people probably came in a little later.
Yes, they did. And let me go to the QR codes first. And here is the website to go to. Remember, if you click on that, subscribe, you will receive a 68-page ebook. And
$3.99 free. 99.
Yeah. And so that's important right now. And they'll have an update on everything they're doing on the website as far as the mediumship stuff. And we got another click on the QR code. Thank you very much for that. Yes, we can see when people do click on it, not who clicked on it.
So once you go to the website, go down to subscription and then put in your information. And when I receive that email, I will then send you, I will send you, so you're not going to get it from some nebulous place. It's coming from me. And Susan, you'll get our ebook. And it's, again, it's a wonderful read, and it costs you nothing. And don't worry, we're not going to bombard you with tons and tons of emails. That's not what this is about. We're just building community. So we'll send you things from time to time, updating you and so forth. And remember to visit the page often, because we're going to keep updating it for sure as well. So.
And hopefully we'll see you at our workshop on the 16th, and we'll see you at our message afternoon on the 17th, and maybe at my mediumship class Thursday night. So we've got a lot of things coming up, and just check the website every now and then, and we'll keep you updated.
And if you're in the Phoenix area, or even if you're not, Susan and I do private events. We have one coming up with a group of people. What happens is people will engage us to come for 2 hours in their environment. We negotiate when, where, how, what, all that stuff. And then we come in, and you can invite into your space however many people you want. We do give you a window of 2 hours. And so if you invite 43,000 people, and we can't read all 43,000 people in 2 hours, but we will read the community that you bring in and get through as many readings as we can over that 2 hour period. And so, again, if you would like a private reading one-on-one, we do that. Again, reach out to either one of us. My email address is right here. Susan's is on her Facebook page and also at her webpage. But if you want to reach out to plan an event where we read for a group of folks that you put together, we can do that too. And if you want to fly us someplace to do a reading, we can do that too. We are open to those things wherever and whenever, because again, we love what we do, and we love sharing this experience with other people. So if you liked what you saw, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And for private readings, this is free. This is free here, but for our private readings, we are not free, and the events we put on are not free, of course. But anyway, that's it. That
okay. Well, one other thing. Hold on just a second. You also do Zoom.
Yes.
So a private event on Zoom in case.
Yes. Or private readings one-on-one in Zoom. If you're not from this area, we can do readings over Zoom with you as well. Yep.
Because Zoom is important, especially if you're in Kenya and Sweden and places like that.
Yep.
FaceTime's good too.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, the Zoom, at least you could record it and give it to them. So that's a good thing.
Exactly.
And you're not going to be interrupted with anything. And also, let's go back to Thursday comes before the 16th and 17th. So let's go back to
That's
this.
tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, if you want to come to my mediumship class at the church at 1522 West Encanto Boulevard, and that is in Phoenix. And it's a 2-hour class from 7 to 9, and we'll have a lot of fun and connect with our loved ones on the other side, and you'll enjoy it. Thank you.
Okay, and
Julie,
then,
thank you for having us. We
of
love you.
course. Well, you had a new website, new things going on. Don has a new book out. So it was definitely time again. And this is a little bit of what they do for the full day training. So that is on the 16th. So,
And let me, Julie, if I can touch this
Yeah.
on this specific thing, it's amazing. We had the most recent class that we did. You know, we had people. One woman who was a professed medium. She said, "Hey, I'm a medium. I'm bringing my daughter. She is not, and I want her to learn." And so, a professed medium found us to be the right choice to teach her daughter, which was a compliment for sure. I love that. But we had 12 folks who come in, and each of them at various levels, some not knowing anything about mediumship, some curious about mediumship, some dabbling in mediumship, and then one who definitely was a medium. And by the time we were done our class at 5 p.m., we had 12 mediums because each of them had given at least one reading with evidence that proved that someone was there, and then the message. And that's the key we talked about when we started this whole thing. Remember, a good quality ethical medium will give you evidential information to prove that the person whom they are saying is there, and therefore you are comfortable knowing that, yeah, that must be because that fit them. Then they will follow up with a message, and therefore the message is from that person. And this is what we train, this is what we teach. Everybody can do this. When we had people who came who thought, I can't do this. We had one woman, I remember her clearly. She was determined, I really can't do this. I don't, I want to be here, but I know I can't do this. By the time it was over, she knew she could do it. She wasn't confident that she could do it all the time, but she had indeed had more than one evidential mediumship hit before the class was over. So again, we come in 0 in, 12 out. And that's what this class will do, because it's structured and we build on fundamentals to get you to the point. And then we do practice sessions that build up your energy levels and your cognizant abilities. So by the time the day is over, you're in that space. And we were thrilled. And we actually have people who are still engaged with us from this class, even though this is the newest one, and that are working to build even better on their skill sets.
And if you can't get away, get the book. Get
Yes.
the book, The Mediums, that Dawn and I both wrote. It's fabulous. It will teach you so many things you can do by yourself.
And this book's in Spanish if you want it as well. And should you have asked for the subscription, when you got the subscription and I sent you the ebook, if you would like the Spanish version, please let me know, because it is not ready yet. But when it is ready, I will send you the Spanish version of our ebook. We're going to make sure it is also available. But the hardback book, not the hardback, the paperback that Susan was showing you, that one already is available on Amazon in hardback, in Spanish and English. Yeah.
And Julie, thanks again so much.
You're welcome. I'm so glad to see you. It was great seeing you the other day too. Yesterday we got together and to go over things. And you have a new venue to do the mediumship workshop later on.
Mm-hmm.
Until you get the dates, and we'll be able to post those too. And you'll have the dates on your website as well, which is great now that you have a website and can keep us up to date of what you're doing and where you're going, both of you. So, because I know you have your Thursday night class, the first Thursday night of every month. But are you leaving in July?
Oh, yeah, I'm taking a cruise.
Okay, so you won't be doing the first.
Not in
Thursday.
July. No.
Okay, I want to make sure of that ahead of time. That way, we can say that you're not going to be here. Now, did you weren't able to do readings last Saturday because you had an event to go to at cosmic connection, your cosmic connection.
Right.
Are you planning on doing it this Saturday?
Yeah, maybe I just might.
So if you want a
Good
reading
idea.
with Susan to do it, go on this Saturday, 10
At 10
a.m.
o'clock. Yeah, 10 a.m.
and she will be
Pacific.
early. It's not an ishy thing, but she will be early. And Dawn, will you be on this evening with Angie?
I believe that to be the case. Yeah.
Okay, and that is 6 p.m. ish Mountain Standard Time.
And
Yeah.
come with your questions. Come with your
Yes.
questions. We've heard it all, so don't be afraid to ask.
Right. Thank you guys so very much for coming in. We had a great crowd today on the live, and we really appreciate each and every one of you contributing and chatting and all. And Queasy, I'm glad you enjoyed your Monday night readings. And unfortunately, we were unable to get to you today. But tonight will be Dawn and Angie, and then Saturday will be Susan. I'm not sure what's going on with Bonnie, if she will be on Friday night. I don't know how she's feeling and the situation, but Friday night live happy hour with Jess and Bonnie, and that's from 5 to 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And after Susan's readings on Saturday, Bonnie and Jess again on Psychic Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
And who is your guest next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday, I know the subject is crystals. So let me see what I've got on that. Let me I know I've got it. I know I've got it somewhere in here. And I probably don't have her picture up. No, I don't. Why isn't it here? Anyway, it's Miss Shauna Sellers. I'm going to put one of her things on. Goddess Power Boutique, Manifestation 21 Day Journal. But she won't be talking about that this time. There she is. She will be talking about crystals. And she will be doing crystal readings. So if you haven't had a crystal reading, please join us next Wednesday. I'm so excited about it because I've watched her do crystal readings before. Well, Dawn did color readings on the same days. I love those. I'd love you guys to get back to Thursdays, but I know it's so busy right now that it's a little hard. But they have a great energy together too, like Angie does. But they're different, and it's so much fun to watch both partnerships with Dawn. So looking forward to that. Well, thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of the week. And please remember to choose yourself in love, life, and joy.